Welcome to your weekly reminder that only dead fish go with the flow. Today we have another special guest, and this special guest needs no introduction, but I'll give her an introduction anyway, because otherwise you're not going to know who it is. So Esme Booth, we went to university together. Shout out to that experience. You are world champion, European champion, Olympic silver medalist, and multiple rowing Stratford
Multiple
regatta
rowing,
winner,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Evesham Regatta,
Evesham Regatta.
Northampton. All the whole of the West Midlands. I've been there.
Probably the queen of the 1K at 24, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, love that. Or if you could just drop the rate a little bit more, I'd love it even more.
So we have Esme Booth with us today, and this is a bit of a sort of a very specific episode. There's a lot of sporting events happening this summer, as there always is, and so we're trying to tailor this aid to Esme's strengths in, as her background is physio, but also to basically getting the best out of your performance. So with that introduction, Esme, can you name and explain your sport and tell me about the best and the worst parts of your sport?
Yeah, so, well, hi. My sport is a race of traveling backwards as quick as you can in a boat.
Another rower, it's a shocker.
Although an easy one to explain. So I actually started rowing a long time ago now. I think I took my first rowing strokes in 2011, which is pretty scary.
We're not old.
We're not old. We're not old. No, I swear I'm not old. So yeah, it's been a long journey of rowing and lots of strokes. I think my favourite bit of rowing, and I feel like this is a bit of a cliche, but there's kind of a feeling when a boat's going really well, and whether it's a pair or an eight, it kind of just feels like it sits on top of the water, and generally there's not many people around. It's pretty quiet. The water's flat, and you can kind of just find a really nice rhythm. And it is a big cliche, but yeah, I think that's kind of the peak of rowing, really.
It always goes best when no one else is there.
Oh, honestly,
and the
doesn't
coach
it?
isn't watching.
Yeah. There's something about that launch.
You're like, I swear it was good when
If
you
just
weren't here.
if you just could have seen that bit. But also when you weren't here, I was just sat on the side having a picnic. We won't talk about that bit. Yeah. The worst bit, oh gosh, it's got to be those 2Ks, the high intensity intervals, the feeling sick from exhaustion, the tiredness, that bit's probably not the highlight, but yeah, it makes you go faster and it's when you're training hardest, so there's a reward in it, but not in the moment.
We did a lot of training together. One of my fondest / least fondest memories is you and Coralie in the pair. And it wasn't a case of, oh, it was going well when the coach wasn't there. It was just a case of it just wasn't going very well.
No.
And you got sent in for, I think, just terrible row.
It was literally, the coach was like, guys,
I can't watch this.
I actually can't watch this anymore. This is horrendous. This might be some of the worst rowing I've ever seen, and you're not getting any better. So just turn that boat around and go in. Worst part was it happened again. So that was awful. Okay, and then we were training and iconic.
Yeah.
We were training and someone came down for a taster session at the boat club. I was put out in a pair with them, and I thought, oh, it was early in the season, like September time. We just sort of started back. Oh, this will be fine. This will be great. We'll have a little poodle up, little poodle back. It's not serious. There's nothing coming up. Trials isn't until November, whatever. So we get out in this pair, and I'm thinking, this is deja vu. He's not happy with us.
He's not going to like this.
He's not happy. And lo and behold, it comes. Turn it around. It's awful. Turn it around. Take that boat in. I don't need to see any more of this. And this poor girl that was there on her taster session, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but he means it. We do have to turn this boat around and go in. She was like, what? I was like, no, I'm rowing so terribly right now that we do need to turn this boat around and go home.
You're like, this might be a one-off for you, but this has happened to me before.
Yeah, I've seen these signals before, and I know, no, this is the end, actually. We have to leave.
It's time to call it a day.
Yeah.
It is time to call it a day.
Yeah.
It was fun while it lasted, but let's go in now.
Yeah.
Could you tell me about your sporting ick?
My sporting ick. So it happens in rowing, but it's actually more general than just rowing. My sporting ick is when people, and it generally happens around breakfast time, go out, do their run, do their row, do their whatever, and then go and sit down in their sweaty kit and have breakfast. I can't. I understand a few of them, like maybe you've got to get on the bus and you haven't got time to get changed. Like I understand a few circumstances, I can see it.
Yep.
But sitting down, especially a hotel breakfast, gets me the most. Sitting down at a hotel breakfast in your sweaty kit with like dripping. Oh no, no, it's a big no from me.
I find this so funny because when we were at university, there was one shower
Yeah,
and there were about, what, 60, 70 women on the team?
yeah, you just, yeah.
And so none of us showered in
No,
between
because you couldn't.
sessions.
You couldn't.
You couldn't. So you are your own
I am
sporting
my own ick. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
rewind to like 18,
I honestly,
19, 20-year-old
at
Esme.
least I didn't have a hotel breakfast in the middle. Like they get me
That's
the
true.
most. Yeah, yeah,
We had a Tesco meal deal instead.
yeah. And then, although last year we were there, they like opened that bougie coffee. Yeah, but
Yes.
still went there without a shower.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got a takeaway coffee,
Got a
obviously.
takeaway coffee and a
Because
donut.
it's still 60 of us trying to get a takeaway coffee, yeah. Quick donut between sessions.
Nothing says peak performance like coffee and a
A
donut.
coffee and a donut. No, it doesn't. No.
But yeah, the showering in between sessions, that was a bit of a novelty thing for me
Yeah.
because we didn't have a shower.
No.
And now that we're talking about it now, it's so grim.
Yeah. Because we'd have to get there for like, what, 7? We'd be on the water for a couple of hours. We'd be off the water for an hour to 2. We'd be back on for a couple of hours. Then we'd all pile in minibuses, get the minibuses back to Oxford.
The
Then you'd have
windows are
to,
like fogged
yeah,
up, there's
like
condensation dripping.
Yeah, it stinks. Like the buses stink without anyone in, and then they really stink when you walk in. And then even then, you've got to walk from the sports centre back to accommodation. Honestly, but by the time you get a shower, the sweat's like dried up. You're like crispy and gross. You're not even like sweaty anymore. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know how I did it.
I'm going to out myself here, but when I first went to university, I didn't have enough kit to change kit in between
Yeah,
sessions.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
saw people doing it, and I was like, God, why are you bothering? We're just going to go and get wet and sweaty again. So we might as well just stay in this. So I remember sitting in like that crew room
Yeah,
with a soggy ass
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
a Tesco meal deal. And I was
Yeah,
like, God, this is the life.
yeah, yeah. You had to though. Like you didn't have enough kit, and you also like I remember the washer dryer situation at uni. You had to queue for them, and like washing machine takes an hour or so. Like
Yeah.
it's not a quick queue.
Yeah.
So if you got there at the wrong time, you just couldn't get your kit clean for the next day. Like
Yeah.
you literally had no other option than to sit in the one all-in-one you had left. Like
But best believe, as soon as I experienced having a shower in between sessions,
do it.
that was it. I was
You've got
like,
to do it.
you guys are all gross.
Yeah, yeah,
You guys are all gross. And I remember doing under 23s where you had the privilege of showering
yeah,
at these like nice facilities where we were training, and then coming back to university and showering in between sessions, and everyone's like, ugh. And I was like, guys, whatever, I'm having a shower.
yeah,
Like this one cubicle, it's mine. I'm in.
yeah. And I think this rings true for a lot of women's sports. Like facilities aren't there generally. Like
No.
yes, it wasn't there for us at rowing, but still not there for, professional women's football clubs. Like it's not there
Yeah.
for women yet, which is crazy.
It is mental because it feeds into sort of like if you're not going to take the athlete seriously by providing them with proper facilities,
Yeah,
then is that message giving to them in the long term?
yeah, yeah,
Like, we don't really care about your performance, we don't care about your hygiene. Like hygiene, if you're
yeah,
not showering in between sessions, especially with rowers but who have open hands,
yeah,
blisters, like all of that sort of stuff, illness, and if you've got the money to provide facilities, I'm not talking about whatever club that's you've got a shed, everyone has the same facilities.
yeah,
You know, you're doing your absolute best. Like the money's going into stuff that is really, really essential to
yeah,
even get the game started. Like we're talking about clubs that have a lot of money and they're not directing it in the right way.
yeah, yeah.
Or events that have a
Or
lot of
it'll
money.
it'll be good enough. That kind of attitude.
It'll be good enough.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
be good enough.
yeah,
But yeah, that is a very good sporting ick. The breakfast thing,
yeah.
but not showering
Oh,
around food.
honestly, next time you see someone, at a hotel breakfast, dripping with sweat. Like, I'm honestly on the cusp of saying something to them, and I'm like, Esme, this isn't appropriate. Like, they're probably on their holiday and they've just had a nice run and they're really hungry. But honestly, I'm so close to being like, you need to go and get in the shower, sir. Or madam.
Excuse me. Please could I show you to my personal shower?
No, get your own. You can't. You're too much of an ick.
Piss off. What are we dying on the hill about this week? I mean, I know it is, but what are we dying on the hill about this week?
We are dying on the hill about getting recovery right. I think I could die on a lot of hills. I think I'm the sort of person that
We'll get you
would
back. Don't
yeah,
worry.
I'd die on a lot of hills, but today we're going to die on the hill of recovery. I think on the little hill next door, we've
Yeah.
got like the right preparation and like making sure that your body is in a good space to be able to race. So like,
Yeah.
you know, although it seems really annoying and it's kind of my life right now because I've just gone through a few hip operations, but making sure your hips are strong, your core is strong, all these things. If you're going to go out for a long run, can you do a single leg squat? Like, can your leg take your weight before you go pounding on it for 20k, 30k, 40k? Because do you know what? You're going to go out on those big long runs, or even 5k if you don't normally run. And then what? Your knee hurts, your ankle hurts, your whatever hurts because your body isn't in a state where it can currently take that load. And training's the same. If you suddenly ramp up training and don't do it in the right way, well, then you're going to get in rowing a rib or, all these things that are going to come in. So I think my hill next door to my hill is making sure that you've like prepared right.
My mountain range is.
So I'm in the Himalayas.
Picture this.
But no, the hill that I am on today, I can see the other hill, I feel like I need to talk about it.
Yeah.
The hill I'm on today is recovery. And recovery is so broad, right? Like recovery is positive. Recovery is great. Like recovery is what makes us stronger. If we're not recovering, we're not ever going to get faster. We're not ever going to get quicker. Like recovery actually is the best part of training. Like that's how you get better. And it's like our tool for adaptation and it's our tool for getting better.
Yeah, what's the saying is the race is over, but the race to recovery has just begun.
Especially as we're coming into like summer racing, getting your recovery right, especially around race day is really important.
Yeah.
I think we're through that kind of winter season of longer term recovery and balancing training load and recovery and making sure we're kind of getting that right. I think now we're ramping into summer. Rowing terms, it's World Cups right now, it's European Championships through to sort of Henley Royal, Henley Women's. They're like big rowing events within the year.
And for the younger ones, they'll have their seat racing for any international representation they're going to do around all of that. So they'll have the Henleys and all of that, and then they'll have weeks of seat racing in the heat.
Yeah. And that's through all levels, right? Like Stratford local regatta is on.
Yeah,
this
here
weekend.
we go.
It's a big weekend, everyone.
But that is arguably a lot back-to-back racing.
Yeah, and I think like making sure you get that right is so important because if you're going to have to race again and again, like, I've doubled up before, I've raced a lot over a weekend. You can really get it right and you can really get it wrong. And I think like now we're in that time where it is that like back-to-back racing and it's making sure maybe you've even got races weekend to weekend. So let's say you've just raced your final on Sunday. Well, if you're racing again next weekend, you've got to get your recovery right today. You can't just like, forget it. Like, I'll wander around the boat park for the rest of the day. Then I'll go out for dinner. Then I'll go out for drinks. Then I'll do this. Then I'll do that. Like, you've got to be on it and you've got to stay on it if you've got like all this racing coming up.
So you finished a race on Sunday.
Yeah.
Talk me through how you would prepare yourself for training on Monday for then a week of training to race again at the weekend.
Okay. So like longer term recovery, because obviously you can have like one race and then a few hours later another.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So let's say we've raced final race of the day sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're getting off the water, like I generally try to get off the water as quick as I can. So there are often options where you can loop around, cool down, whatever. Personally, I'm like, get me off, like I'm done here, job's done, get me off the water, because then I know I can pick up my recovery snack, like whether I've left that somewhere really particular and I know where it is and it's easy to get, or my mum's got it, or my coach has got it, or someone's there with it ready to go sort of thing. Generally in that bag, it's got some sort of rehydration in there, whether it's water, squash, hydrotab, or some sort of liquid protein
thing.
Yeah. Some sort of fluid in there, basically. Some sort of food in there. So, like, yes, it's very important to make sure you get the nutrition right. Like, you want something that will refuel you and some protein in there that'll kind of help with recovery, but also making sure that your body can digest it and your body's happy with it is just as important.
Yeah.
So,
So she's not got a bolognese.
no, no. But
She's
also, like, some people really don't digest like a protein shake very well.
yeah,
Have some chocolate milk,
yeah.
have a yogurt, like whatever it is that your tummy's happy with,
I
have that.
think it's like it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
need to be overly scientific.
yeah,
It
yeah, yeah,
could just be a smoothie that you've made up,
yeah,
but it's got yogurt in.
yeah. It
Or
doesn't need to be over expensive, over complicated or over expensive. Like,
no,
you don't need to go and buy like the creme de la creme product out right now that
yeah,
it's got a celebrity endorsement and all of this sort of stuff. Like,
no.
milk is great.
Chocolate
Or
milk.
yeah,
Chocolate milk
yeah.
is the peak of any rower's diet.
Honestly, the Alpro one, it doesn't need to be in the fridge. You can take it
Mm,
anywhere. Like, you don't need to worry about like the kind of keeping it cold or any of that sort of stuff. Like, I drank that for years because I can chuck it in the car, chuck it in my bag. If it gets warm in the car, it doesn't matter, it lasts. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? You're not like also having to worry about that, like, kind of car warm chocolate milk I don't love. But,
Oh, yeah.
it's something, and it's really important to get that in, and it's more important to have it in than to not. So I would drink that
Yeah.
car lukewarm milk over not, because,
Mm.
well, it's so important to
Yeah.
start that recovery process. And then, I don't know, banana, squares, bars, sweets, like whatever you can just take in and your body's happy with, get it in, sort of thing. And then I tend to be consuming that whilst on the bike. Sometimes if it was like an all-out race, sometimes I need to walk just because I'm so exhausted and I just need to walk. I can't cycle because I just know that my legs aren't going to be doing anything and I'm just going to be kind of sat there. So I'm like, at
Mm.
least if I'm walking, I can get on with it. Or sometimes, like, you just want to chat about the race with whoever you race with, or whatever. Sometimes you want to walk, whatever it is, get moving, get going. Like,
Get out of that pressure because
yeah,
often a cool down area can be a bit of a pressure cooker as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite nice. Go for a walk. It's
yeah,
whatever suits you best. But if
yeah,
if you like you say you want to chat with your mate and you don't want to be around all the other athletes
yeah, yeah,
and the coach, and like sometimes a little walk, a
yeah.
brisk walk, a
Has to be
firm
a brisk walk.
march.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But, like, you want to have a quick chat before you catch up with the coaches. Like, you want
Yeah,
to digest what happened just as much as you want to talk to them, sort of thing. Get the food in, get going, get moving. And I would say at least for 20 minutes. That's like at least. And that's generally when you find your lactate level starts to go down again. So obviously when you race, you produce lactic acid and it goes up. And then when you cool down, it goes back down again. But it's really important to keep moving and keep kind of blood circulating as it goes. Otherwise, if you finished a race and sat down for an hour, you'd be real stiff when you stood back up. So yeah, that would be my like quick recovery in the
yeah,
moment sort of thing. And then maybe after you've done that, you've got to try and get your boat back to the right place, or there's always something that needs to happen. Maybe your parents are desperate to talk to you because it was your final, or all of those things.
mm,
Just if you can just like squeeze those 20 minutes out beforehand and just be like, I'll be with you in a minute, mum, or coach, or whoever it is. I'll be there with you in a minute. I just need to go and do this quickly.
mm,
Then you can take that time, and you're still probably going to be up and moving because you're still going to want that lactate to go. But then you can kind of think straight, get the boat away, do whatever it is, that next thing that you need to do, and then pretty sharpish after that. If I was done racing, I'd be off out.
yeah.
Whether I get my shower or, yeah, get back to the hotel, however it is. Don't kid yourself in that moment too. Don't be like, oh, well, the hotel's only a 40-minute walk away, so let's do a cool down walk to the hotel and we'll
Yeah,
stop for ice cream and we'll do this and we'll do that. And then suddenly it's 2 hours later until you're back. No, you've wasted it. Like, no, bad idea. Get going, get back to the hotel or wherever you're staying, get showered, sit down, put your feet up, and get a meal on board.
yeah.
That would be my ideal plan. And I guess once I'm at the hotel, we'd often do ice baths.
Okay.
So obviously ice can be a little bit hard to get. Some hotels are like, yeah, fine, take what you want, I don't care.
Yeah.
And other hotels are like, oh, that's £1 an ice cube, and you're like, oh, no ice then.
Cold bath.
Yeah, cold water is actually fine. It just kind of flushes the blood out. So when you submerge into the cold water, your blood vessels just constrict a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that, as you can imagine, pushes the blood out. And then
Okay.
as you warm them up again, they relax, fills the blood
Oh,
back up. So it just kind of like helps pump that lactic away still. That's kind of the intention with
the
all of
theory of
this.
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get your compression leggings on again. What that's going to do is push the blood out. If I was away with the team, we'd have leg rubs, but you can roll, like you can do it yourself. You don't necessarily need a physio with you. We'd have compression legs, which are like kind of inflatable leggings, would you call them? Kind of like
They're like,
boots,
they're kind
boots
of
that are
like,
full leg.
imagine moon boots,
Yeah,
but they go all the way up to your
yeah.
crotch.
And they squeeze your leg so much that they
And
hurt.
yeah, and they plug in and they sort of like inflate, kind of like a blood pressure like
Yeah, yeah,
machine.
yeah, like an
They
arm
sort of,
cuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
and like an arm cuff, but all over your leg,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
a bit of an odd sensation, but it is quite nice. So short term, you've got a race at 10 and
yeah.
then you've got another one at 3:30.
So race at 10, realistically, you're going to be off the water 10:30.
Yeah.
So you're going to be on that bike till about 11, quarter past 11,
Yeah.
something like that. Again, I wouldn't move away from getting food on board, getting on the bike, doing that first bit of recovery. That's really important. Don't be thinking like, oh, I've got a race later, so I don't need to get on the bike. I don't need to do that. You do, absolutely do.
Yeah.
Maybe like it's closer to 20 minutes than anything longer than that. Like you don't need to be on there for hours, but you
Mm.
need to like circulate that blood and get it out, sort of thing. So you do that. And then with the food that you have before the bike, that's quite a balance. You're probably not going to be having the Regos and the protein shakes and the chocolate milks just
Mm.
because they're not going to sit that well.
Mm.
You know you've got to go again. You know that you've got to have something in your tummy that's going to be solid enough to go again, sort of thing. So then it's a lot more preference of what's going to work for you.
Yeah.
Some people can have a protein shake or a Rego and be absolutely fine. Most of the time I was pretty all right with them. Some people can't. So whether it's maybe pasta, maybe it's a jam roll, maybe it's a jam sandwiches works quite well for me. But whatever it is, like you'll find your thing.
Pack your sandwiches, we're
Yeah.
going to war.
Jam sandwiches, find your food, and then again, you're probably going to need a bit of a top up before racing, but you're probably not going to want to try and fit a meal in that time. So whether it's like a brioche jam sandwich that's just got something in it,
Yeah.
and then you're probably going to want maybe a few sweets or a gel or whatever that thing is before you go racing again. So if your next race is at 3, you're going to have a slightly condensed warm up because you're not going to need that same length of warm up. You can kind of get on with it a little bit more. You probably don't need a full minute of pace because you've been up and firing that day. So you might want to do some bursts and bit like that, but you're not going to need a full minute to kind of get up and running. Definitely never lose that 20 minutes on the bike. Definitely never lose that snack. And then that time in the middle is kind of for you to work it out. You're going to need to be lying down, potentially with your legs up in the air. Again, that just helps the blood.
In the shade.
In the shade, yes.
In the shade.
In the shade.
Yeah.
Like you need to stay cool. If you can get something cold, even just a wet towel or a wet something, it doesn't need to be ice, it doesn't need to be anything complicated. Just stay cool, stay in the shade, stay out the way of everything and everyone. If you can find a quiet corner, if the car's parked nearby, maybe you can sit with sort of your feet up on the car. If there's a tree kind of out of the way a bit, or your parents' picnic blanket or whatever, like somewhere where there's less noise and you just have a minute to kind of like
Yeah.
I found it very hard, I think, at first as I like kind of moved into a more elite level of rowing where I was like, what do you mean I can't just like go and socialize with everybody that I want to socialize? Like, what? Like, I've done my race. I don't get it. Like,
Can I say about when we were
oh, so good.
Bucks Regatta?
So good.
So
First Bucks Regatta.
me and Esme were in this 8 competing.
To be fair, all great intentions. I'd done great things.
Yeah, all great intentions. So we've done this race. The semi-final, the final's not until much later. So this is Esme's first year, so she's not quite seen exactly how the cogs are moving in the machine, which is 100% fair enough because it's like an unspoken rule book. Once you get into the groove, you're like, this is how it happens. Da, da, da. Anyway, so we've done the race. Everyone's off the water. Everyone's got their snack on board. Everyone's done a quick walk, and they're all in the minibus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's Esme? Where the fuck is Esme? And the coach is like, where the fuck's Esme?
He lost it. He absolutely lost it.
Everyone's like, oh, I'm not going to be the one to say. And then we're like, where is she? And like ring her up. And you're like, oh, just with my mum in the like camper van. She's got a bar. Did you have
We
a
like
barbecue or
we
something?
like popped the roof on the camper van.
Yeah.
I was in the little upstairs. I was laid down, feet up. I was like,
To be fair, you were doing
I've
all the right
crushed it.
things.
Yeah, I've crushed it here.
You're
Look
like,
at me. Like, this is what they said to do.
coach
I'm
was like,
doing it.
get back here right fucking now. All of us are dead silent in the back of the minibus, like, oh my god, what's she doing? And I don't know if you're at the other end of the lake or
Oh, no, I'd walked to like the family parking.
oh, okay, so you
Yeah.
were maybe like a kilometre
Yeah,
away at this
probably,
point.
yeah,
So you just,
yeah.
oh, I'm trying to
Oh, best be gone, Mum. Thanks for the barbecue.
like from the
Shall
hot
be
dog.
eating.
Yeah,
Wasn't ready in time.
literally sprinting back, and we're all just sat there in the minibus, like, oh my god, is he gonna kill her? Are we gonna actually be able to do this race? Or are we gonna be one man short? That was so.
That
Oh my
was,
god,
I remember
so
that
funny.
so much because I got the phone call and I was just like, weird. I thought we were all lying down and chilling out, but hello. Wait, what?
The minibus is like pulled onto the side of the road, we're all like dead silent, like nobody tell him, like maybe we won't notice.
Yeah, yeah. Great intentions.
What a moment.
But turns out we're all staying together,
Yeah,
and I wasn't. Yeah.
but great learning experience,
Yeah, I didn't do that
and
again.
you had all the right things organized.
Yeah, yeah,
So funny. I think the main thing to remember about these summer events where there's a lot of excitement,
yeah,
but it is either back-to-back games or back-to-back competition or back-to-back racing. There's a lot of stalls
yeah.
around that are selling
That is honestly the
stuff.
worst. Like, that is
They
all I
will
would
be
want to do.
there.
That is all I would want to do.
They will be there after you finish racing or
Yeah,
competing or whatever it is. And if you're really bothered about it, you know, parents and friends and family that might have come to watch you compete in whatever sport you're doing, they will need something to do while you're racing because they will be just as nervous for you. So delegate,
yeah,
I can't be around you too much because I need to stay in the zone. Please, could you go and find this specific thing that this stall has got?
yeah,
And it's going to have my name on it. It's going to have this, or it's going to be whatever.
yeah,
And give them a task so that they still feel like they're contributing to your.
yeah.
Okay, it's not going to contribute to your performance, but it will contribute to your performance because they're not in
Yeah.
your way. You're not in their way, and you can just get on with what you're doing. And also, then you still get whatever amazing bit of stash
Yeah.
it might be, because the hot dog stall, the t-shirt stall, the whatever it is stall, it calls everyone.
Yeah.
We all want to go look.
Yeah. Honestly, non-performance Esme would do that race. She'd get off the water. She'd go and have a hot dog, then a flapjack, then a coffee. Then she'd buy the jumper. Then she'd buy the t-shirt. Then she'd buy the sticker. She'd be all out having a great time. And then lo and behold, it's 2:30, and she best hop back in that boat and get back to the start.
You'd be like, yeah, I actually do want to do that
Yeah.
power 10 test. That would
Yeah.
be great. Maybe I
would
could
be
do
fun.
that as my warm-up. That'd be fantastic.
Honestly, Esme back when she started rowing would have loved that day out. Great. But that unfortunately is not performance. And I mean, you'll do it. Like, everybody does it, don't they?
Everybody
you
does
learn.
it once.
Yeah, and you learn. And by the end of the day, you're so pooped, and you're like, what just happened? I've genuinely been hit by a bus. Like, that last race was awful. I had nothing left. I feel horrendous right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
I think it also like boils down to, take yourself seriously. So
100%.
if you've put 6 days, if you're training 6 days a week and you're putting 2 hours plus a day into something,
Yeah.
you need to take yourself seriously when you go to an event. And
Yeah.
we've all fallen victim to it. And one of the things that I used to nag about a lot as a coach, but also as an athlete, is staying out the sun. I love the sun, so it's
Yeah.
difficult, but stay out the sun and also hydrate. And I've got a really awful, sporting fuck up in my own experience where we were doing some testing, so back-to-back races, back-to-back performances throughout a day. And everyone was sort of talking about squash and hydro tablets,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
you've rightly mentioned earlier. Did I think I wanted squash? Nah. Did I think I wanted just straight water in like 30+ degree heat with back-to-back races. Yeah, like that's such a good idea. Honestly, 2 runs in, I was running straight out the boat onto the toilet because I thought I was going to shit myself each time. And I think we did 5 runs. So that's 3 runs to the toilet. My, TMI, but my bumhole was cramping so hard because I was so dehydrated.
Yeah.
And, it is a saying of fail to prepare, prepare to fail,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't like know yourself or know what works for you, or you've not listened to the recovery talk that coach had back in December or whatever with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you are sort of preparing yourself to do
Yeah,
a bad
yeah.
job.
Get that recovery bag ready. If it's seat racing, like maybe it's not even a recovery bag, it's just a top-up bag.
Yeah.
Like you've got a packet of electrolytes, you've got a bit of squash, they're like little squeezy squash things
Yeah.
that are small.
Honestly, the squeeze, I did the racing again the next year, whatever it was, back-to-back racing, but I had squash. Game changer.
Yeah,
Game changer.
yeah,
Wasn't going to shit myself.
yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, yeah. No, it is, it is. And like you do have to learn these the hard way sometimes, but
Sometimes you do
just
have
don't.
to shit
Just do it.
yourself.
Yeah,
Just get
just
it
do it.
right.
Yeah. Save you the pain.
Save you the embarrassment. Just
Yeah,
pack some squash
yeah,
or
yeah,
some electrolytes or whatever it is.
yeah.
Favorite sporting moment so far?
Oh gosh. Favorite sporting moment.
You can have more than one if you need.
Yeah. I feel like my favorite sporting moment has to be Paris. Like that was, I think even more so the fact that all my like friends and family were out there.
Yeah.
I think that's what really made it.
It's
Like
kind of a stupid question asking an Olympic medalist what their favorite sporting moment is when they've
I
just
think
come off
though,
the
like
back of a.
if the Olympics was really far away or like in COVID year it sounded very different, like your friends and
Oh,
family couldn't be out there. And I don't know that that necessarily would be, obviously I don't know, I wasn't there, but
that's a good point
I don't
though.
know that that would be a highlight because I think a lot of it was like almost, the race was done. Like, yes, the race was really, really cool, but getting off the water and like friends from uni were there, you were there,
Mm,
parents were there,
mm,
like so many great people and things were there, and other family had come out, and actually that was really special. Like that was probably almost the highlight.
yeah,
The after, not the race, which
yeah.
I don't think I ever would have thought. Like if I, think about it, you'd be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like you're racing in a boat in the Olympics. Like that's really, really cool. But like the flood of emotion when you get off the
Yeah.
water.
Like, oh my God, this is what it is.
Yeah. And I actually think like, I've thought this for years, like they are all kind of relative, like the wins. Like
Mm.
Stratford Regatta, you win that. Still, you're with all like your squad mates that you've been rowing with. Your parents are there. It's in your hometown or it's, near your hometown and it's great and you have a great time and everyone's around. And then you go through to like uni and maybe it's Henley Women's or maybe it's I don't know, whatever the other Ghent or whatever the
Bucks.
wins are, Bucks, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually that's a real great day too, because still you're surrounded by like all of your friends from uni and it's still really fun. And
Mm.
I think it's relative. Like winning and racing is kind of just as much fun whatever level you're at. It's not like once you get to a higher level, like
Winning gets better.
winning gets better. Like you've still won that race, like you've still put your all into it. And yes, your times are a lot better and you've trained a lot harder and all of that sort of stuff. But actually like winning and celebrating with friends and family is the same. Like
Mm.
I think that's something that's quite cool about it. Like
Yeah.
doesn't matter what level you go through, it's kind of relative. Like
I would say, and this is maybe a bit of a hot take, but I would say maybe winning at like the Stratford Regatta and winning at like the smaller events earlier on in your career is like arguably almost better.
yeah.
Because not to take anything away from the
Yeah, yeah,
Olympic
yeah.
silver medal, but there's so much expectation as a high performance athlete
Yeah.
to do really well that winning is almost like a relief. Whereas
Yeah.
when you're, a junior,
So happy about
oh
it.
my God, it's like
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe that happened, and we've only
Yeah.
done like 2 sessions in this boat, and like this is
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and like
Yeah.
my nan's here, and and like the family have come for a day out, and like
Yeah.
it's just like this huge almost surprise, and
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And winning at every level,
Yeah.
but winning as a junior is like
Yeah.
just the
And
best.
you go home and mum's like, what do you want for dinner? Oh, fish and chips.
Fish and chips,
Oh, fish and chip takeaway.
because I'm a champion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what champions get. We'll have an Indian tonight.
Was like, you know, with the, I think with the Olympic stuff, it's different because you've got a break afterwards. So
Yeah,
it's fully like,
yeah.
oh my God.
But a World Cup, for example,
Yeah.
you go there, maybe you win, so second, third, whatever.
Mm,
You have a great time, you have a great result.
yeah.
But you know, your flight's in 2 hours.
Yeah.
You've got to get on that bike. You've got to
Next
get
thing.
recovered. Get that boat away. Get it bagged up. Trailer's gone. Get on the bus. Get on the flight. Get home. Go to bed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a like. You never have that moment to kind of be like,
Yay.
wow, oh, that's cool. Because often you've got whatever the next weekend or
Yeah.
racing, seat racing, pieces, whatever. Like, you're always chasing it and chasing something. So actually, like, there is something in those kind of early regatta wins that's like, oh,
Super special.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So what we're saying is basically Olympic wins and something you won when you were 15,
yeah,
they're on par.
yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's no in between. Those are the two peaks of
Yeah,
the sporting world.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, I love that. Do you have a best fuck up that you'd be happy to share with the world?
Yeah, do you know what? I've been thinking about this,
It's
and
so hard because
it
you're
is
like,
so hard.
I don't want to out myself, but
Yeah,
also I feel like it's important for people to know.
yeah. I think I'll have to go with. There's a few. I've got a few,
You
but
can choose more than one if you want.
I think I'm gonna have to go with. Okay, so Em and I were in the pair together, and we were racing in Lucerne. I'm not sure what year of the Olympiad it was, but we were racing in Lucerne.
Was this when I was here? There.
Potentially,
Okay. Okay.
potentially.
Oh, I maybe didn't know about this.
And the World Rowing guys come up to us and they say, look, we're trying to create different content for rowing. We're playing around with a few things like, how do you feel about having a microphone in the boat?
Oh my God.
And we were like, well, yeah, you know what?
Why not?
If it makes good content, why not? Like, let's have a go. You tell us how it is. We'll carry it round. So we get this microphone and we think, okay, this, you know,
I actually do think I remember you having
yeah,
this microphone.
this will be good. This will be good. So they give us a microphone, and I don't know how to use microphones. And this microphone, I swear, had no buttons on it. It was just a microphone.
Yeah.
So, like, you've done your bag drop, and you've got your water bottle, your gel, and your microphone. So you go to the quick toilet stop before your boat
Microphone on.
with the microphone. We were having our coach, like our final sort of meeting with our coach before we boated. Refused to talk to us because we had a microphone.
Ah, excellent.
So honestly, one thing after the other with this microphone, it was going horrendously wrong. And I was like, I've taken the microphone to the toilet. I think Em ended up taking it to the toilet because I was like, oh God,
I
like,
don't know what to do
I don't know
with
what
it.
to do with it. You hold it. And then she ended up, honestly, this recording, there was so many things on it. And like, whatever jokes made around the boat park, like whoever we'd taken the mick out of, all on the microphone. Everything was on this microphone. And we just couldn't stop. Like, we were warming up and we were having to stop our warm up to just laugh about everything that this microphone had recorded. Honestly, it was like, you know, there's like, don't let it distract you.
Yeah.
And we were like howling over this microphone. Oh my God, it was so funny. And I think in the end, we'd race down with it, obviously. And like, because I didn't want it on my all-in-one, and like in case that you hit it or it fell off or whatever, I don't want to be worrying about it. So we kind of managed to secure it to the boat somehow. Anyway, we found the world rowing guy later, gave it back to him, found him the next day, and we were sort of like, how was it? How was it? Like, don't listen to the first part, obviously, like, oh, embarrassing. But the second part, like, how was that? And he
Yeah.
was like, absolutely horrendous. Like, all you could hear was the boat, like the noise of the
Yeah.
boat. So like the whole thing, all that man listened to
It's like,
was like, yeah, was like us going to the toilet, us having a laugh, like it was just like, oh no.
and the process of getting ready to do a race is about 2 hours.
Yeah,
So he had
like from the point you've dropped your bag off, like you've got to carry this thing around.
So
Yeah,
he had about 2 hours of
yeah,
multiple toilet breaks, no doubt.
yeah.
You eating whatever you were eating.
Yeah. Whole
You
thing.
sort of discussing
Yeah.
whatever you.
Honestly, I don't even know what was on that recording. And we kept being like, oh my, that microphone is still on. And then he would have listened to us talking about the microphone being on, laughing about the microphone being on after whatever had just happened. Like,
He's like,
oh,
I am making media history.
yeah,
This is going to be
this,
so
this is
interesting.
gold, but I can't post any of it because it's not okay.
It's like, do you want to have a piss now, or shall I have a piss now?
Literally, yeah. Do you want to take the microphone up? Oh, we both need. Okay, whatever one of us
You're
is
like sat in
coming.
the cubicles next to each other, like, what do you think about this? It's like water pouring.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I think that would have to be it. Yeah.
That is a good. But the race went well.
I actually just don't remember. The
The
microphone is
only
what I
thing was a
remember.
microphone.
Yeah.
If it was an event, I'm thinking of. I've actually got a picture of you with a medal with. I think
With the
the
microphone.
like not with the microphone, no. But I've got
Yeah.
picture of you with the medal with the
Yeah.
trophy thing when you win the series.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I've got a picture with you that.
I think we came second actually.
Yeah.
I think it was New Zealand and then us. But it could have been New Zealand, Romania, us. Anyway, yes, I
It's
agree.
important to stay focused. Don't let small
Yeah.
things like that distract
Yeah.
you.
No, the focus there was the microphone, not the medal.
He's like gave it back like, thank fuck that is over.
Yeah. Please just delete that. You don't need to listen.
That's so funny because underneath I've got staying calm and how did you recover from that situation? So absolute zero.
Yeah, no, did not stay calm. Sat and had a good laugh about it a lot. And I don't think, well, nothing ever was posted, so I didn't need to recover, you know?
Yeah, there was
They
no
saved me from that. Yeah. There's just one guy at World Rowing and a recording somewhere.
of you just going to the toilet.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
he'll make millions of that one day.
Maybe he already has, and I'll never know.
How are you spending your days off?
Oh, how am I spending my days off? I'm definitely someone that needs like something going alongside. Like
Yeah.
I need a busy brain, a busy head, a busy everything.
Mm,
Um, so I think like when I was right in the depths of training, sort of last year, a day off, I think a walk, a coffee, a getting out, a change of scenery, like if there was somewhere I could go to that was like relatively near but kind of felt far away, if that
yeah.
makes sense. Like I mean, we train most of the time Caversham, Reading, Henley, so even like Marlow feels like somewhere different, you
Yeah.
know? Going somewhere new, a mooch about, a coffee, nothing,
Breaking the cycle.
yeah, nothing too exhaustive sort of thing. That was a bit of me. Um, but I mean, this year's looked very different for me. I've had like 2 hip operations. It's been a very different year to last year. It's a
Mm,
lot less on the training front, a lot more on the rehab, recovery, rebuilding muscle, that sort of side. So this year I've kind of been working alongside of it, which is actually I've really enjoyed.
yeah,
So I've
that's
been
nice.
working at a company called Two Circles in London. I work in like their sponsorship sales leg. So whether that's kind of selling sponsorship for World Rugby, Mercedes, Formula One, Arsenal, like whatever it be, like just kind of seeing the like sport business side, the company as a
Yeah,
whole, they sell media rights, create content, loads of stuff, marketing, like loads of stuff, ticketing strategies, they do it all.
that's really
Um,
interesting.
but yeah, kind of like understanding the business side of sport, I've
You're
really
like
enjoyed.
undercover.
Undercover. So yeah, that's been my, I guess, little project I've been doing alongside this year.
Yeah.
But still, weekends, whether it's going maybe a little bit further afield because I'm not so tired at the moment.
Mm,
Maybe I'd adventure out to Bath, you know, rather than Marlow, but
yeah, go a bit further out. My next question is, how are you funding your sporting career?
I mean, like we're very lucky in that the National Lottery kind of support us through when we're up to that level. But I
Yeah,
think like earlier sporting career was there's kind of like a tricky point. Leaving uni, obviously at uni you have your student loan, which I could use to fund sport.
yeah,
And then there's kind of a tricky point where like uni's finished, but you've not quite made the team yet. And there's
yeah,
kind of like, there's not really any support for that. So I worked a job alongside and I was a support worker for a guy that had a brain injury. So I actually found it really inspiring. I loved working, I loved
hmm.
doing that.
You also went
Um,
on some sick trips.
yeah,
You went like
Yeah,
surfing. You're like,
yeah.
sorry, can't come to training. I'm going surfing this
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah, yeah. So the guy that I worked with, he was super cool and super motivated, and he wanted to surf, he wanted to ski, he wanted to row. I taught him to row.
Yeah, yeah,
He wanted to go to the gym. He just wanted to do it all, and I
yeah.
loved that. So yeah, it was kind of helping him live his life how he wanted to live it. So yeah, I love that. And I actually found that gave me a lot of inspiration for my training. But that was kind of tough because it was like 24-hour shifts.
Yeah, yeah.
So it meant like, let's say Tuesday morning I could train, I go to work Tuesday lunchtime, work through to Wednesday lunchtime,
Right.
then I could train Wednesday evening. I mean, luckily it was a sleeping night, it wasn't an awake night. Still, it was a lot.
Well, you're still on shift
Still
at
on
that point.
shift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
still like an emergency point of
Yeah,
contact
yeah.
and not sleeping in your own bed.
Staying away sort of
Mm.
thing. So yeah, that was kind of probably like the hardest bit to manage. But I guess it was kind of odd times as well. I started with him pre-lockdown, but then obviously lockdown came around.
Yeah.
So then it was kind of more manageable because it wasn't like I could go out and race or train anywhere anyway. I was stuck at home. So actually it
Mhm.
was kind of ended up being nice that I could leave for 24 hours and like leave the house however many times a week rather than training in one room, then putting the ergo away, getting the dining table out, putting the dining table away, getting the weights out,
Oh,
that sort of thing.
what was it? Was it? It was you that over lockdown with all your uni pals like did a marathon around the house.
Not me,
It
not
wasn't
me.
you, but it was
No,
them.
I was not involved. I don't run. I won't run and I don't run. No, I was not involved. Yeah, they did it. I did not.
They like ran the distance of a marathon. They like set their watches and then did as many loops of this tiny garden upstairs, downstairs,
Yeah,
as much as people were mental in lockdown.
honestly, yeah.
Mental. It was quite
Mental.
cool though.
Yeah.
Do you have a piece of advice that changed the game for you? Or a saying
I
or
think
anything that
I'm definitely a firm believer in everything happening for a reason.
mm,
That's kind of my saying, I think. I don't really have sayings, but that is my saying. So
yeah.
like if something good happens, like it's happened for a reason. If something bad happens, I also think it's happened for a reason.
Mm.
And sometimes the reason is really hard to work out. It feels like there
Sometimes the
can't
reason
be a
is really
reason.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, like there can't be a reason. I don't see a reason here.
Yeah.
But like a few years down the line, you can kind of look back and see the reason. And like maybe that's why you are where you are now because of that thing that happened.
Mm,
I think my piece of advice is like look after your body, look after your brain, look after your body, look after yourself. Take that time to look after yourself. Do those exercises or activations or whatever that thing is that you need to do to look after yourself. Do it. Like, do it. Don't let it slip. Don't let being pushed around and rushed around and this and that that's coming up. Don't let that stop you doing that thing that you need to do or eating a meal that you need to eat or, whatever that thing is maybe you're rushing for or you're trying to get on to the next thing. Like, don't let that stop you looking after yourself. I think
like
like
it's okay to be a little bit selfish.
yeah,
You only get one life, so
yeah,
you know, be be a little bit selfish and also what is it? Nobody thinks about you as much as people think about you. Like
yeah,
everyone is very self-centered, really, in the
yeah, yeah,
grand
yeah,
scheme of things. Like the amount that we think about ourselves
yeah,
as opposed to other people,
yeah.
it's not that deep.
And you have to be your priority. Like you're not anyone else's priority.
No.
So you have to make yourself your priority and you have to do that thing. Like you have to do it. No one's gonna do it.
You've got to do those glute
You've
activations.
got
You've
to.
got to do those
You've got to.
like press ups. You've got to
Yeah,
do like eat that specific thing that you
yeah.
think makes a difference for you,
As
whatever
annoyed
it
as
is.
anyone is that it takes you 10 minutes longer to get on the water than anyone else, sure, there'll be a point that you've got to get there 10 minutes earlier, but
Mm,
do it. Go there, be 10 minutes early, get
mm,
those activations done because they're so important to your body and to your development that if you're the one that's got to turn up 10 minutes earlier or you've got to stay 10 minutes later, do it.
yeah. And like circling back to what we sort of said earlier is take yourself seriously. If you've put the effort in, I think it was a coach that we've shared talking to a mutual friend of ours saying, you're not doing all of this training to be a supermodel. You're doing all of this training to be an athlete. Behave like an athlete.
Yeah,
Like we're not training for a runway. We're training for
yeah,
a sports performance. if you're not taking yourself seriously, or you're worried about taking yourself too seriously,
Yeah.
that's not it. Like, nobody's
Yeah.
going to a training session 6 days a week to like not want to perform well.
Yeah. And if you're not eating that meal afterwards because you're rushing off here or whatever it is, you're not going to get any of the benefit of the session. You may as well have not done the session.
Yeah.
Like, there's just there's no point. Like, look after yourself.
We've got I'm not sure if I've asked anyone else this one yet, but we've got another question. If you could improve your sport, or if you could change one thing about your sport, what would it be to further it in the long run?
The sport in itself, I think there's a nice, almost like history to it, that it's so simple, that it's 2K, it's side by side. That is it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's kind of, I think, a beauty in how simple the sport is. But I think, like, if the sport could kind of grow in like a kind of a collaborative way, I think there's kind of a drive in a lot of Olympic sports now to make them shorter, sharper.
More like TikTok.
More TikTok, yeah, literally more TikTok. More almost consumable. You can flick through it in seconds of reels or whatever. But I kind of love the history of it, and I wouldn't want to change that. But is there like a world in which it can be more maybe collaborative? All these hierarchies and CrossFits and all these things that have come out, so many of them based around like the Concept 2 rower or bike or ski erg, or there's kind of a lot of fun collaborations that can happen in that space, and kind of learnings as well. You know, could national governing bodies of rowing kind of collaborate with CrossFit centres to create big events and kind of boost participation and boost excitement about both of them? Like, surely there's a world in which the two can kind of grow from each other.
Yeah.
And also learn from each other. Like, what are the learnings from these other trainings of like the CrossFits or whatever? Like, what's the learning in how to train for them, and can we take that into rowing, or can we share what we know in rowing into their kind of training and helping them get better? I think it's kind of highlighted as an athlete when you go to like the games or something like that, and all these great athletes are there, and yet across sports people don't really know how different sports train or how different athletes manage things, and yet we're all going through the same stuff, right? Like, all these athletes that are doing hours of training and hours of this and hours of that, surely there's a benefit in us all kind of coming together and collaborating on it all. And I think that boils right down to just like a singular coaching team collaborating, or a single boat club, or a single football club, or whatever, like, kind of collaborating on their training.
It gets a lot of flack for being a private school sport.
Yeah.
And I haven't come from a private school.
Neither.
You haven't come from a private school. I think because it is so traditional, which is brilliant in one respect, it does get a lot of flack, and it's finding a way to sort of, as you say, make it more collaborative, make it more approachable, make it more appealing for everyone, rather than it just being a posh old white person sport.
I actually kind of think we're getting there on the moving away from private schools. Yes, it's still a big thing. I get that. But I say we, rowing has made big strides away from that, and a lot more people can join in now. But one of the big barriers, I've kind of tried to do a big project in Birmingham to get people to row, because Birmingham as a whole is pretty underserved on rowing. And yet a big barrier still is like not necessarily needing money to be at a private school, but needing a parent or a guardian that's willing to take you Monday night, Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday night. And actually, like, how do you set these up as doorstep sports? How do you set these up as places where you can take yourself? Because it's not currently a sport really that you can do without support. Like, you need a parent or a guardian or an auntie or a whatever that can take you there and that can commit to all those training hours, because there kind of isn't really the opportunity right now for people that don't have that to get involved. I don't feel. I don't feel like, okay, sure, you could live near a rowing club and you'd be very lucky, but if you're in a city, Birmingham, and you want to get into rowing right now, there's not really.
It's quite difficult.
Yeah, there's not really a lot you can do about it. Like,
unless you want to do it on a paddle.
Yeah, or you wait until you go to uni. But yeah.
No, that is a good one. This is my final question, and it's kind of just a bit of a silly one. But what are you listening to in the gym at the moment,
Oh,
or the training session, or whatever it
yeah.
is?
I feel like my training music's a bit rogue. I
Everyone's like, my training music is so rogue, and then they say something rogue, but it's also what the person before and the person before and the person before.
I feel like I just don't really love hype though in the gym.
Okay.
I need kind of quite calm. If I've got hype, I need like a 2K or something.
Yeah,
I need
yeah,
like an
yeah.
all-out last sort of thing. So, to be fair, I love a bit of Coldplay.
Do you?
Yeah,
Big
a
Coldplay.
bit of Coldplay, yeah. And it we're all yellow. Bit of country, bit of
Yeah.
yeah, just pretty chill to be honest. I don't really like pounding music.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sometimes you need it when you're tired, you need to get through a session and you're like, I need a bit of sing along, I need a bit of this, I need a bit of that. But most of the time
Right.
it's
Hot take. I hate when people are like, let's do a sing-along training session. I'm like, no, I'm out. I can't. Like, let's do a Disney session.
no, no,
No.
no, no,
No,
that's
no,
a no
no,
from
no, no,
me.
no, no.
Yeah, that's a no from me. A sing along as in like
Or
probably even just that it has words. The words just kind of pass the time sometimes, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
That sort of sing along is what I'm meaning.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's when people are like, let's have a Disney
No,
session,
I'm there
or
with you.
let's
No,
have a Christmas music session.
no,
No,
no.
no, jail
Yeah,
immediately. Get
no,
out.
no, no. Unless like the session is not, I can't justify Disney.
No.
If it's like Christmas Eve and it's the last session before you go home
Christmas waits.
and you're not, yeah, and you're not really having to concentrate, fine,
Yeah,
fine, I'll take it.
Christmas waits. Christmas cardio?
Yeah, no,
No,
no, no,
absolutely not.
no, because it's just as hard as all the other cardio.
Yeah,
It doesn't get easier at
it
Christmas.
does not get easier at
No,
Christmas, and Christmas music is not going to make me do a better job at this.
no,
It's literally just going to make me want to put my head through a wall.
yeah, makes me so sad I'm not home already for Christmas.
Oh. Oh, well, thank you very, very much for all of your hot takes and your recovery learnings. I'm wishing everybody all the best for their summer racing, competing,
Yeah,
performing,
yeah,
whatever it is. You know, walk to the ice cream man, get your ice cream, but make sure you get right back,
yeah.
get in the shade, get
Get
the
there
water,
quickly, march there.
sun cream,
Yeah,
take yourself seriously. And thank you so much, Esme, for coming
that's
on.
okay. Thanks for having me.
And if you are part of the rowing community and you're listening, you will be are you going to be at walking around?
Henny Women's.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you there. Come say hi. I'll be mooching about all weekend, so please say hi and I'll chat your ear off if you want or I'll not.
If anyone hasn't met Esme before, she's about 6'4" and
You won't miss me.
I was gonna say, I'm not joking. She is very tall, very tall, very friendly, knows a lot about rowing. So if you are part of the rowing community and you are about in the weekend coming up, or Henley Royal or any of those other bits,
Yeah,
then
even if you're not racing, just come over. It's a great event.
yeah,
Come say hi. I'll probably be there with Sam and other ambassadors, so yeah.
amazing, amazing. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
We're done.
Woo!